Welcome to our first video of the year for geometry. Talking about chapter 1, section 1. We're talking about points, lines, and planes. For a point, remember a point marks location. It has no shape or size because it's just a placeholder. And if you're talking about like point A there, it's named by a capital letter. So this would just be point A. When we're talking about a line extends indefinitely in both directions. Because it connects 2 points. So if you look here, you have A, you have B, and you can draw a line through that. When you name it, you can do line AB, you could do line BA. It doesn't matter the order. Sometimes they even name it with just a small cursive letter. So like they'll go line M. Now, if points are on the same line, they're what are considered collinear. So for example, A and B are collinear in that example. All right, a plane is a flat surface. It extends indefinitely. It is made of 3 points that are non-collinear, meaning they're not on the same line. So here we have point A, we have point C, and we have point D. So we have line AD and point C. Notice this could be plane ACD. It can also be named by this cursive letter in the corner. It could be also called plane B. You could also name it plane DCA. So any combination of those 3 letters. Notice there are 3 non-collinear. Yes, A and D are collinear, but all 3 of them are not on the same line, and that's all that matters. Now, there is also the concept of coplanar. That are points that are on or in the same plane. So A, C, and D are coplanar. So some questions here. It does use the figure to name a line containing point K. There's many examples. One that I came up with was line KL. Use the figure to name a plane containing point L. You could say plane B, because there's B, or you could say plane KLM. You can't say JKL because JKL are on the same line, so they are not a plane. Here in the next question, it says use the figure to name a line containing point X. Here's X. So you would, well, line X, no, X is a point. You need more than one. Line C, yeah, here's C there. Line Z, no, Z is up here as a point. And YZ is this way. That doesn't contain X. Use the figure to name a plane containing point Z. Plane XY, remember you need 3 points to name a plane. Plane C, no, C is the line. Plane XQY, well, XQY are all on the same line. Plane P, see, notice P is the letter named in the corner. Name the geometric shape modeled by a colored dot on a map. That is a point. Name the geometric shape modeled by the ceiling of your classroom. Well, the ceiling is a flat surface, so it is a plane. Draw and label a figure for the following situation. Plane R contains A, B, and D, E, which intersect at point P. So notice you have a plane. So plane R that contains lines A, B. So there's A and B. D and E. And they intersect at point P. And add C on plane R so that's non-collinear. So basically you could have point C out here. And there is your drawing. Draw and label a figure for the situation. So Q is -2, 4. R is 4, -4. So there's your line QR. And so we add point T so that it's collinear. So there you go. Point T is collinear. Choose the best diagram for the situation. Plane D contains line A, line M, and line T, with all 3 lines intersecting at point Z. We'll notice here they intersect at F, so that doesn't work. Here, one of the lines is not in the plane. So now you're back to these 2, and then it says also point F is on plane D, but is not collinear. Well, here F is collinear, so therefore it is B. All right, next one says draw and label a figure for each relationship. BA is on the coordinate plane and also point M is on the plane, is collinear with these points. B is -3, -2, and A is 3, 2. Well, these are not correct because here B is -2, -3. And here it's also -2, -3. Point M is on the plane and collinear with these points. Well, here it's not collinear, so then it's A. How many planes appear in this figure? You have S, and then you have plane A, B, C. So you have 2. Name 3 points that are collinear. You could say A, B, and D. Part C, are A, B, C, and D coplanar? And the answer is yes, they are. A, B, C, and D are all coplanar because they could form a plane because there are 3 non-collinear points at least. At what point do DB and CA intersect? Here's DB and here's CA. They intersect at point A. How many planes appear in this figure? You have 1 and then 2. Name 3 points that are collinear. B, O, and X are not collinear. Q, X, O, and N are not collinear. R, O, and B are not. A, X, and Z are. Are X, O, and R coplanar? Here's X, O, and R, and the answer is no because they're on the same line. D, at what point do BN and XO intersect? BN, XO intersect at point R. And then here's some additional problems. Name a line that contains point E. That would be line Q. Name a point contained in line N. You could say A or B. What is another name for line P? Another name for line P is line CD. Name the plane containing lines N and P. You could say plane G. Point K lies on RT. So you want to draw a figure. So here's R and T, and there's point K. Plane J contains line S. So here's plane J, and here's line S. So there you go. YP lies in plane B and contains point C. So here's plane B. YP contains point C. But does not contain point H because point H would be down here, not on the plane. Lines Q and F so here's line Q, lines F intersect at point Z and plane U. How many planes are shown in the figure? There's 1, and then counting 2, 3, 4, and then this one would be 5. Planes that contain FE, there's 1, 2, 3. Of them that contain FE. Actually, sorry, that contain FE. There's 1, and then there's 2. Sorry. Name 4 points that are coplanar. There's a bunch of examples. F, A, E, B is one example of 4 points that are coplanar. Are A, B, C coplanar? The answer is yes, because there are 3 non-collinear points. in plane W. Alright, hope this video helped, and if you have any questions, feel free to come see me. Alright, have a good